Right now, as you're watching this video, your body is quietly dismantling the very foundation of your independence. Every single day after age 30, you lose approximately 0.8% of your muscle mass. But here's what's truly alarming. After 60, this process accelerates dramatically, reaching up to 3% per year. This silent thief has a name: sarcopenia. And while your doctor might dismiss your increasing fatigue or difficulty climbing stairs as normal aging, cutting-edge research reveals this couldn't be further from the truth. Before we dive into these life-changing discoveries, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. This information could literally save your independence, and you won't want to miss our upcoming videos on natural health solutions that your doctor probably doesn't know about. What I'm about to share with you comes from recent breakthrough studies conducted at leading research institutions worldwide. Scientists have identified specific nutritional deficiencies that directly accelerate muscle breakdown. Deficiencies that affect over 75% of adults over 60, yet remain largely undiagnosed and untreated. More importantly, they've discovered how to reverse this process using targeted nutritional interventions that work at the cellular level, even in people well into their 80s and 90s. Let me paint you a picture that might sound familiar. You used to effortlessly carry groceries up the stairs. Now you find yourself pausing halfway, catching your breath. That heavy feeling in your legs isn't just tiredness. It's your body signaling that critical muscle fibers are disappearing. A study published in the Journal of Gerontology followed adults over 65 for several years. The results were concerning. Participants who lost muscle mass were more likely to experience falls, requiring hospitalization, and develop what researchers call cascade disability, where one limitation leads to another, ultimately resulting in loss of independence. But here's where the story takes a hopeful turn. Research revealed that muscle loss isn't inevitable. When participants address specific nutritional gaps using targeted interventions, many not only stopped losing muscle, but actually began rebuilding it within several months. The difference wasn't exercise programs or expensive treatments. It was understanding which nutrients your aging body desperately needs, but can no longer efficiently extract from food alone. Traditional medicine focuses on treating symptoms after they appear, but progressive healthcare practitioners are now looking deeper at the cellular mechanisms that govern muscle maintenance and repair. Your muscles are incredibly dynamic tissues, constantly breaking down and rebuilding themselves. This process, called protein turnover, requires specific nutrients acting as both raw materials and catalysts. As we age, three critical changes occur. First, our digestive system becomes less efficient at extracting nutrients from food. The stomach produces less acid, making it harder to break down proteins and absorb essential vitamins and minerals. Second, chronic low-grade inflammation increases throughout the body. This inflammatory state not only accelerates muscle breakdown, but also interferes with the repair processes that normally maintain muscle mass. Third, our cells become less sensitive to the signals that trigger protein synthesis, the biological process of building new muscle tissue. Understanding these mechanisms is crucial because it explains why simply eating more protein isn't enough. Your body needs specific nutrients in precise forms and combinations to overcome these age-related changes. Today, I'm going to walk you through 6 essential nutrients that work synergistically to preserve and rebuild muscle tissue. These aren't random supplements. Each one addresses specific biological pathways that become compromised with age. What makes this approach so effective is that these nutrients work together, creating what scientists call a synergistic effect. Think of it like an orchestra. Each instrument is important, but the real magic happens when they play together in harmony. Let's start with the foundation and work our way up to the most powerful intervention that most people have never heard of. Pillar number 6, magnesium, the forgotten muscle mineral. Magnesium is involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions in your body, but its role in muscle health is particularly critical and often overlooked. This mineral acts as nature's muscle relaxant, but its functions go far deeper than most people realize. Inside your muscle cells, magnesium serves as a molecular switch, controlling the delicate balance between contraction and relaxation. When magnesium levels drop, which happens in over 60% of adults over 65, muscles can't fully relax after contracting. This creates a state of chronic tension that not only causes discomfort, but actually accelerates muscle breakdown. But magnesium's most important role might be in energy production. Every muscle contraction requires ATP, your body's cellular energy currency. Magnesium is essential for ATP synthesis, and deficiency creates an energy crisis at the cellular level. Your muscles literally can't generate the power they need to function properly. Recent research from university studies revealed something significant. Older adults with optimal magnesium levels maintain more muscle mass compared to those with deficiency, even when controlling for exercise and protein intake. The challenge is that magnesium deficiency is notoriously difficult to detect. Standard blood tests only measure serum magnesium, which represents less than 1% of your body's total magnesium stores. You can be severely deficient while showing normal blood levels. Common signs of magnesium deficiency include muscle cramps, especially at night, restless legs, chronic fatigue, and difficulty falling asleep. Many people dismiss these as normal aging symptoms, missing the underlying nutritional cause. Food sources include dark leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and whole grains. However, modern soil depletion means even a perfect diet may not provide adequate amounts. Additionally, many medications commonly prescribed to seniors, including diuretics, proton pump inhibitors, and certain antibiotics, actively deplete magnesium levels. The most bioavailable forms for supplementation are magnesium glycinate and magnesium malate. These forms are chelated, meaning they're bound to amino acids that enhance absorption and reduce digestive upset. Most adults need 400 to 600 milligrams daily, divided into smaller doses for better absorption. Pillar number 5, vitamin D, the muscle commander. Most people think of vitamin D as the bone vitamin, but this couldn't be further from the truth. Vitamin D is actually a powerful hormone that directly controls muscle protein synthesis, the process by which your body builds new muscle tissue. Here's what's revolutionary about recent vitamin D research. Scientists have discovered that muscle cells contain vitamin D receptors throughout their structure. When these receptors are activated by adequate vitamin D levels, they trigger a cascade of genetic changes that promote muscle growth and prevent breakdown. Research from Tufts University showed that seniors with optimal vitamin D levels had better muscle function and fewer falls compared to those with deficiency. When deficient participants corrected their levels, muscle strength improvements became apparent within several weeks. But vitamin D deficiency is epidemic among older adults. Over 80% of seniors have suboptimal levels, and those living in northern climates or spending limited time outdoors are at even higher risk. The problem is compounded by age-related changes in skin that reduce the body's ability to synthesize vitamin D from sunlight. Beyond muscle function, vitamin D deficiency creates a domino effect of problems. It impairs calcium absorption, leading to muscle weakness and cramping. It increases inflammation throughout the body, accelerating muscle breakdown. And it disrupts sleep patterns, preventing the deep sleep phases when growth hormone is released for muscle repair. The most concerning aspect is how gradually vitamin D deficiency develops. Unlike acute nutrient deficiencies that cause obvious symptoms, vitamin D levels decline slowly over months or years. By the time weakness and fatigue become apparent, significant muscle loss has already occurred. Testing is straightforward. A simple blood test for 25-hydroxyvitamin D reveals your status. Optimal levels for muscle health appear to be between 40 to 60 nanograms per milliliter, significantly higher than the minimum levels traditionally recommended for bone health. While fatty fish, egg yolks, and fortified foods provide some vitamin D, supplementation is often necessary to achieve therapeutic levels. Vitamin D3, cholecalciferol, is more effective than D2, ergocalciferol, at raising blood levels. Most adults need 2,000 to 4,000 IU daily, though individual requirements vary based on body weight, absorption capacity, and current blood levels. Pillar number 4. Vitamin B12, the neural network protector. Your muscles don't work in isolation. They're controlled by an intricate network of nerves that relay signals from your brain. Vitamin B12 is essential for maintaining this neural network, and deficiency can cause muscle weakness that's often mistaken for normal aging. B12's primary role in muscle health involves maintaining the myelin sheath, a protective coating around nerve fibers. Think of myelin like the insulation around electrical wires. When it becomes damaged due to B12 deficiency, nerve signals become distorted or blocked entirely. Your brain might send a signal to lift your leg, but the message gets lost along the way. This explains why B12 deficiency often presents as muscle weakness, poor coordination, and balance problems. The muscles themselves may be healthy, but they're not receiving clear instructions from the nervous system. Over time, this leads to disuse and eventual muscle atrophy. Age-related changes in the digestive system make B12 deficiency increasingly common after 60. The stomach produces less intrinsic factor, a protein necessary for B12 absorption. Additionally, reduced stomach acid production makes it difficult to extract B12 from food sources. Certain medications compound this problem. Metformin, commonly prescribed for diabetes, can reduce B12 absorption by up to 30%. Proton pump inhibitors, used for acid reflux, significantly impair B12 extraction from food. Long-term use of these medications without B12 monitoring is a recipe for deficiency. The insidious nature of B12 deficiency makes it particularly dangerous. Symptoms develop gradually over months or years, often attributed to normal aging. Early signs include fatigue, weakness, and difficulty concentrating. As deficiency progresses, muscle weakness becomes more pronounced, accompanied by tingling in hands and feet, balance problems, and memory issues. Standard B12 blood tests can be misleading because they measure total B12, including inactive forms that can't be used by cells. More accurate tests include methylmalonic acid, MMA, and homocysteine levels, which become elevated when cellular B12 function is impaired. Food sources are limited to animal products, meat, fish, eggs, and dairy. This puts vegetarians and vegans at particular risk, but even meat eaters can develop deficiency due to absorption problems. Supplementation forms matter significantly. Cyanocobalamin, the most common form, must be converted to active forms in the body, a process that becomes less efficient with age. Methylcobalamin and adenosylcobalamin are already inactive forms and may be more effective for older adults. Sublingual, under the tongue, or injectable forms bypass digestive absorption problems entirely. Many practitioners now recommend monthly B12 injections for seniors with absorption issues, as this ensures adequate levels regardless of digestive function. Pillar number 3, vitamin C, the cellular architect. While vitamin C is famous for immune support, its role in muscle health is equally critical yet largely unknown. This powerful antioxidant serves as your body's master architect, building and maintaining the structural framework that supports muscle tissue. Vitamin C's primary muscle function involves collagen synthesis. Collagen isn't just about skin, It forms the connective tissue matrix that surrounds and supports every muscle fiber. Without adequate collagen, muscles lose their structural integrity, becoming prone to tears and unable to generate maximum force. Research from university studies revealed that adults over 50 with higher vitamin C intake had greater muscle mass compared to those with lower intake. But vitamin C's benefits extend beyond structural support. As a potent antioxidant, it protects muscle cells from oxidative damage that accumulates with age. During exercise or even normal daily activities, muscles generate free radicals as byproducts of energy production. Without adequate antioxidant protection, these free radicals damage cellular components, accelerating muscle breakdown. Vitamin C also plays a crucial role in carnitine synthesis. Carnitine is essential for transporting fatty acids into muscle cells' mitochondria, where they're burned for energy. Without sufficient vitamin C, this process becomes impaired, leading to decreased energy production and muscle fatigue. The challenge with vitamin C is that humans are among the few mammals that can't produce it internally. We must obtain it from diet or supplements daily, as the body doesn't store significant amounts. Stress, illness, smoking, and certain medications increase vitamin C requirements substantially. Signs of inadequate vitamin C include easy bruising, slow wound healing, fatigue, and muscle weakness. Severe deficiency causes scurvy, but subclinical deficiency, where levels are adequate to prevent obvious disease but insufficient for optimal function, is much more common. Food sources include citrus fruits, berries, peppers, tomatoes, and leafy greens. However, vitamin C is easily destroyed by heat, light, and air exposure. Fresh fruits and vegetables provide the most vitamin C, but levels decline rapidly after harvest. For muscle health, many experts recommend intake levels higher than standard recommendations. While the RDA is 75 to 90 milligrams, research suggests 200 to 500 milligrams daily may be optimal for muscle preservation in older adults. Supplementation forms vary in bioavailability. Ascorbic acid is the most common and cost-effective form. Mineral ascorbates, calcium ascorbate, magnesium ascorbate are less acidic and may be gentler on the stomach. Liposomal vitamin C offers enhanced absorption, but at higher cost. Pillar number 2, coenzyme Q10, the cellular power plant. Coenzyme Q10 represents one of the most overlooked factors in age-related muscle decline. This compound exists in every cell of your body, but its concentration in muscle tissue is particularly high because muscles have enormous energy demands. CoQ10 functions within cellular mitochondria, often called the powerhouses of cells. These tiny organelles generate ATP, the energy currency that powers muscle contractions. As we age, both the number and efficiency of mitochondria decline significantly. By age 70, muscle mitochondrial function can be reduced by up to 50%. This creates an energy crisis at the cellular level. Your muscles literally can't produce enough power to function optimally. Simple activities like climbing stairs or carrying groceries become disproportionately challenging because your muscle cells are energy-starved. CoQ10 deficiency accelerates this decline. Studies show that CoQ10 levels in muscle tissue decline significantly between ages 20 and 80. Research demonstrates that maintaining CoQ10 levels can improve muscle energy production and reduce fatigue in older adults. The problem is compounded by medications. Statin drugs, prescribed to millions of seniors for cholesterol management, significantly reduce CoQ10 production. This creates a perfect storm where natural age-related CoQ10 decline is accelerated by the very medications meant to improve health. A study published in the European Journal of Nutrition found that seniors supplementing with CoQ10 experienced improvements in muscle strength and endurance compared to placebo groups. Participants reported less fatigue during daily activities, CoQ10 exists in two forms, ubiquinone and ubiquinol. Ubiquinone is the oxidized form that must be converted to ubiquinol, the reduced form, to be biologically active. As we age, this conversion becomes less efficient, making ubiquinol supplementation potentially more effective for older adults. Absorption is another challenge. CoQ10 is fat-soluble, meaning it's best absorbed with dietary fats. Taking CoQ10 with meals containing healthy fats improves bioavailability significantly. Food sources include organ meats, fatty fish, and whole grains, but dietary intake rarely provides therapeutic amounts. Supplementation is typically necessary to achieve levels that benefit muscle function. Dosing recommendations vary, but research suggests 100 to 200 milligrams daily for general muscle health, with higher doses, 200 to 300 milligrams, potentially beneficial for those on statin medications. Results typically become apparent after 4 to 6 weeks of consistent supplementation. Pillar number 1, creatine, the muscle regeneration master. Here's something that might surprise you. The most powerful supplement for preserving muscle mass in seniors isn't a vitamin at all. It's creatine, a compound that most people associate exclusively with young bodybuilders and athletes. This misconception has deprived millions of older adults of creatine's remarkable muscle-preserving benefits. Recent research reveals that creatine may be the single most effective nutritional intervention for combating age-related muscle loss. Creatine works through multiple mechanisms that become increasingly important with age. First, it directly enhances your muscle's energy production capacity. Creatine increases phosphocreatine stores in muscle cells, providing immediate energy for high-intensity activities like standing from a chair, climbing stairs, or preventing a fall. But creatine's most revolutionary benefit involves satellite cells, specialized stem cells that repair and rebuild muscle tissue. As we age, satellite cell activity declines dramatically, reducing our ability to maintain muscle mass. Research shows that creatine supplementation can increase satellite cell activity in muscle fibers, supporting your muscle's regenerative capacity. A study published in the Journal of Gerontology followed adults over 65 for several weeks. Participants taking creatine combined with light resistance exercise gained lean muscle mass and increased their strength. The control group, doing the same exercises without creatine, showed smaller improvements. What makes these results notable is the timeline. Building muscle mass in seniors has traditionally been considered a slow process. Creatine appears to support this process, with many participants noticing improved strength and endurance within several weeks. Creatine also offers cognitive benefits that complement its muscle effects. Recent studies suggest creatine supplementation may improve memory and processing speed in older adults, providing a dual benefit for both physical and mental function. Safety studies on creatine show it to be well tolerated, especially for older adults. Numerous scientific studies have examined creatine safety, consistently showing positive safety profiles. Early concerns about kidney effects have been addressed in research on healthy individuals. The standard protocol involves taking 3 to 5 grams of creatine monohydrate daily. Unlike younger athletes who sometimes use loading phases, steady daily dosing is most appropriate for seniors. Results typically become apparent within 2 to 4 weeks of consistent use. Creatine monohydrate is the most researched form and remains the gold standard. It's tasteless, dissolves easily in water, and is highly cost-effective. Timing isn't critical. Creatine can be taken with any meal or beverage. Food sources include red meat and fish, but achieving therapeutic doses through diet alone would require consuming several pounds of meat daily. Supplementation is practically essential for optimal benefits. The synergistic approach. While each of these nutrients is powerful individually, their true strength emerges when used together. This synergistic approach addresses muscle health from multiple angles simultaneously. Magnesium ensures proper muscle function and energy production. Vitamin D activates the genetic pathways that build muscle tissue. B12 maintains the neural networks that control muscle movement. Vitamin C provides the structural framework that supports muscle integrity. CoQ10 powers the cellular engines that generate muscle energy. And creatine enhances both energy production and muscle regeneration. Think of this as your personal muscle maintenance team, with each member playing a specific role in preserving your strength and independence. The key is understanding that muscle preservation isn't just about looking good. It's about maintaining your quality of life, reducing fall risk, preserving metabolic health, and ensuring you can continue doing the activities you love for years to come. Implementation strategy. Before starting any supplement regimen, consult with a healthcare provider who understands nutritional medicine. Request testing for vitamin D, B12, and magnesium levels to identify specific deficiencies. Start with foundational nutrients, magnesium, vitamin D, and B12, as these deficiencies are most common and can be easily tested. Once these are optimized, consider adding vitamin C, CoQ10, and creatine for enhanced muscle preservation. Remember that supplements work best as part of a comprehensive approach that includes adequate protein intake, regular movement, even light resistance exercise, quality sleep, and stress management. The investment you make in muscle preservation today pays dividends for decades. Every day you delay addressing these nutritional gaps is another day of preventable muscle loss. But the encouraging news is that it's never too late to start. Research shows muscle regeneration can occur even in people well into their 80s and 90s when given the proper nutritional support. Your strength and independence don't have to decline with age. Armed with this science-based knowledge, you now have the tools to take control of your muscle health and secure your future mobility. Which of these nutrients surprised you the most? Have you experienced any of the deficiency symptoms we discussed? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experience might help another viewer recognize signs they've been overlooking. If this information has been valuable, please share it with someone who could benefit. Muscle loss affects millions of seniors, but this knowledge remains largely hidden from those who need it most. Don't forget to subscribe for more evidence-based health content that can truly change your life. Until next time, stay strong and stay informed.